also been strengthened. We will also introduce a local visitor levy bill to give local authorities additional fiscal flexibility. This will help councils, if they so choose, to fund activities related to tourism and related infrastructure. One of the central aims of the National Strategy for Economic Transformation is to maximise the jobs and economic activity that the net zero transition can deliver. The recent ScotWind auction, which offered lease options for up to 28 gigawatts of energy, has the potential to deliver £28 billion of supply chain work. Indeed, Scotland has a golden opportunity now to lead an energy transition that secures net zero, enhances energy security and lowers energy costs. We must grasp that opportunity. However, maximising that opportunity will require fundamental reform of the energy market. The scandal of the current situation, the scandal of extreme fuel poverty in energy-rich Scotland, is that renewable electricity is already relatively cheap. Offshore and onshore wind can now provide electricity at a lower cost than nuclear or gas-fired power. And yet the wholesale price of electricity in Britain is driven by gas, the most expensive form of generation. That must change. We will press the UK Government to speed up fundamental reform of the energy market and break the link between the cost of gas and the price of renewable and low-carbon electricity. In the meantime, we will do all we can to speed up our development and use of renewable energy. This autumn, we will seek approval for the 4th National Planning Framework, which will support the delivery of renewable energy projects. In the year ahead, we will publish an energy strategy and a just transition plan to guide our path to net zero. We will continue to support solar energy and maintain Scotland's position as one of the most advanced nations in the world for the development of wave and tidal technologies. We will set out plans for a further expansion in onshore wind capacity, as we also support the massive expansion in offshore wind. The scale of our onshore and offshore wind capacity also gives us huge potential in green hydrogen. In the coming months, we will work to develop a new hydrogen industry with publication of the finalised Hydrogen Action Plan and investment proposition backed by £100 million of capital funding. Finally, we will establish 2 green ports in Scotland and make the first investments from the £500 million North East and Moray Just Transition Fund. We will also introduce a circular economy bill to increase the reuse and recycling of materials. And next August, we will launch the deposit return scheme to encourage the reuse and recycling of containers, such as drinks bottles. We will also support public transport. In addition to the freezing of ScotRail fares, we will support bus services, including the continued delivery of free bus travel for all those under 22 and over 60. We will invest in vital improvements to ferry services and consult on the new Islands Connectivity Plan. We will support the shift to electric road vehicles and will do even more in the year ahead to support active travel with investment in new routes for walking, wheeling and cycling. Alongside the climate crisis, we will take action to address the nature crisis. In the year ahead, we will publish a biodiversity strategy and take action to stimulate private investment in nature restoration. We will continue work to identify the location of a new national park and develop a land reform bill to further diversify land ownership and empower communities. We will work with partners to further improve flood protection and resilience and support farmers and crofters to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And we will introduce a wildlife management bill for grouse to reduce the negative impact of some grouse moor practices on wildlife.